Good evening, members of Spiritually Equipped Encounters. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm your host, Abe Cias. Uh, Thank you for those that tune in to Facebook, Restream, YouTube, Twitch, and for those who follow my several TikToks under Abe Cias 895. I hope everybody is having a great evening. Seems like we're having some kind of technical difficulties here. Okay, now it's working. Here we go. Let's share this. Let's share this, brothers and sisters. There we go. We're all shared out. Brothers and sisters, who we got here? Andres Carizales. We got Double O. What's up? How doing, brother? Blue Bearcats. We got Andres Carizales. Yeah, man. I had to get G'd up today. Look at that. Got me nice haircut. Uh, Slept most of the afternoon. I was working on debunking this video with the footage that I did the night video. I got some captures, man. It's gonna be a good one tonight. Um, I got some short reels that I created that y'all gonna see it first here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, and I got some images that I captured out there, man. It looks freaked out, spiritual energy, opera, I guess manifestations, where there's the things that are out there to manifest. Uh, but yeah, I tried to do a live earlier. It wouldn't let me. For some reason, I was on here, but on my YouTube, it wasn't live, but I was live here. So I was having some technical difficulties. So I kept on trying and I got it going now. So that's right. So how's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing great. I do got a story for you, Double O. Since you're from my hometown, uh, that when I was a Bearcat, I was in. I was working two jobs, man. I used to work at the hospital. They used to be there in Raymondville, and I was working at the Walmart when the Walmart used to be the old Walmart over there by McDonald's at that plaza. The Walmart was to the little corner to the left. I know you remember it there, but I used to work there at that Walmart when I was a teenager. I was worked two jobs, and the only sport that I could do because of the two jobs that I was working, uh, the manager said, "Look, I support you if you want to do a sport, but you got to do only pick one sport." So the only sport that I've been doing for a very long time was a track. I was in track, right? Uh, I wanted to play football like my junior, senior year, because I was a guy more muscle and stuff. The coach wanted me, but the boss from Walmart wouldn't let me. He said one or the other. So I just picked track, right? So this is where the story goes. How you doing, Sister Beyond the Box? I'll share the story in a moment. Let's see who shows up here. So I used to run You know where King is it King Street by 930 West Main? There's the last road right there, and there's the truckers, the Lopez that have they have their barn and their trucks out there. I used to go running down that road, and then I'll take a left, and I was a long distance runner. I run the mile and 2 mile relay. I mean, the I run the mile and the 2 mile and the mile relay. So I run like three things. Sometimes wherever they put me, I would run. Because sometimes some of the players would get sick. But I used to run in my own time in the afternoons, right? When I did have a chance on my day off or something, I would run. And I was running down the dirt road by the Lopez, where Jaime lives. There you go, take a right, and then take a left. Then you take a right. It's a dirt road right there. You pass the irrigation systems. I was running. I ran all the way to the stop sign where your grandfather, the road that goes to Tavos, but I just kept on going straight down the dirt road, and then it turned into a very narrow road. And that road, it finished, and it would take the left, and I recognized the location. The location was the road to go to the city dump. The reason I knew about the road, I don't know if you ever knew who Espinosa's Bakery is, but that's over there by where the West Side swimming pool used to be. There's a white building. Well, that's Mr. Espinosa. He was a Vietnam vet, and he was the school bus driver too, but he was a Vietnam vet, and he was my cousin's godfather. So one day they picked me up because he had a little land there by the sitting dump, and we are going to go feed his pigs. So I went there and we're feeding the pigs, and man, he started getting like around 6 o'clock, and he started freaking out. And said, "Let's get out of here! Let's get out of here!" And he lived right by the city dump. He had his land right there. So he's hurrying up, telling us to get on, and he's like I thought he was having like a flashback or something, from being in war. But he's like, "No, we need to go now. We need to go now." And we're taking off, and we're taking off, and we're like, "Hey, but why are you so much in a rush?" You know. And he said that not to go there after 6. And I said, why not after 6? He said, because it's haunted here, asustan, which means they scare here. So I was like, man, he's just messing with us. I'm a teenager, so I decided to run that way one day around the time frame when 6 shows up. So I'm running down the dirt road that goes towards the junkyard. I see the junkyard, and I wanted to go see his pigs, and the pigs are right there in his ranch and stuff, his little piece of land, the lot that's right beside the junkyard. So I'm sitting there and I'm looking at the pigs, and then next thing it's already like 6:05. Man, I start hearing all kinds of disembodied voices coming from the junkyard, like 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 they're like cryings and different sounds of disembodied, like people crying and moaning like they're in pain and stuff like that. So I freaked out because it sounded real loud, and man, I took a running, back down the dirt road. And as I turned around to go the straightaway because the sun was setting, freaking like 3 or 4 black dogs came out of nowhere, man. And I seen a tree because they were coming at me. Was freaked about this black dogs. It's kind of like the eyes. They look like they were like like reddish, like a hellhound. So I climbed this mesquite tree that was there. I climbed it. I was pretty agile. I climbed the tree, and the dogs were circling the tree, and I'm like, "Fuck, man, there's dogs." And then they leave, and I was looking at the sun. The sun was setting. It was coming down fast. Man, as soon as the dogs left, I jumped off of that tree, man, and I sprinted all the way home, full speed. And I was like, the sun started coming down. I was sprinting, and I made it back into town to where the Lopez trucks are. And but it was an experience of that city dump. That man had his land right beside it, and he would tell me, "Don't go there after 6 because espantan, asustan." You know, there's ghosts or that they haunt there. I tell you what, that was the last time I ever went to that city dump at 6 o'clock. So imagine this: anytime after 6 till probably daylight, there's hauntings there at nighttime at the city dump. Yes, Andres Carizales. I'm sharing it with brother Double O. He's from my hometown. He's younger than me, but I'm sharing the story because he don't remember that city dump. You know, I was telling him where it used to be. He said they have since I left. I guess they got a new city dump somewhere else in between Raymondville and Lyford, which is way different than the old city dump. Yeah, yeah, man. You should a lot of disembodied voices of women, children. I mean, like, so I know I would recommend. I mean, if you want a ghost hunt, I mean, you live there, man. That's the area that I'm telling you, man. The dirt on the dirt road, used to be red. That's when I remember, like just arena, like red that goes to that city dump. I don't know if somebody bought the land or what, but man, a lot of spirits. There's a location, and I've got a lot of stories from there, from Removille, things that happen and stuff like that. But that's just one of the stories. Our house, we moved all my brothers and sisters, we moved out of there. I think like my brother and sister left at like at 90 something. I brought them to Killeen. Yeah, everybody moved to Central Texas, but our house, there's a lot of activity where I live, right across Jaime. Uh, yeah, activity there, man. If you stand in the front yard and just stand there, you will hear brujas chanting, literally chanting. Take a EVP, man, just in the front yard. It doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. If you stand right there, it's a little white house. No, my father doesn't live there no more. He's a nurse in a nursing home. But on the left side of the house, by the fence of some trees, if you stand by that edge, you will hear women chanting like brujas. Me and my brother went there, like I don't know, 10 years ago. My dad was being a hoard. He had all kinds of stuff, so we started throwing all the stuff that he had inside the house, making room. And man, yeah, he started acting strange, like something entered him or something, like a possession. So I started praying the Our Father, and when we went outside the house, when we're standing outside the house, we could hear women where they're chanting something. So I had to pray against that. We tied by the Greek dead in Jesus Christ's name. We were leaving Rainville, and we said, let's get the hell out of here. So we were over there by the Texaco that goes, to Sarita. And I told my brother, hey, I've never ran away from a spiritual war. So let's go back, and we're going to handle it through a love foundation. We're maintaining a love foundation and no fear. So we went back. When we went back, my dad was in the yard, and he's like, hey, how y'all doing? Like, he don't remember what happened. But there's a lot of activity there, man. There you go, brother Double O. I'm just telling you that there's a lot of locations there in Raymondville where there's been hauntings, there's bad things. The You know where the old cemetery is, and if you pass 77. I mean, yeah, is it Highway 77? Yeah, you cross over and you go down the dirt road to go to the new cemetery. That dirt road towards the house that's in the corner before you take a right. I've had some experiences there too, man. Down that dirt road and the dirt road that goes to the new cemetery. I've had some experiences because I used to run all those routes. I used to run all the dirt roads around the city of Rimmonsville. When I would start training for track for the mile and 2 mile, and I witnessed some stuff out there. But sometimes it's just don't give it power, right? If you see something, you experience something. That dirt road that goes from that ranch to the new cemetery, we had a 19, I think it was a 1956 or 64. I can't remember what year it was. I think it was a 65 pickup or not. Yeah, 1965 Ford, and it was a 3-speed. And I was taking it down the dirt road. I got to that ranch. It's like a white house. I took a right to go to the new cemetery because I was feeling kind of sad because that's where my mother's buried, right? So I was gonna go visit her her great her gravesite. I was driving down the road, and I'm going 40 miles an hour down the dirt road. As I was driving down the dirt road, uh, the lights, I could see the two poles, right, on the sides, los postes. And I'm looking at the speedometer and I'm going 40, but the truck is not moving forward, right? I'm pressing the gas and I take it up to 45. And I look through the rear mirror. I don't see the wrench. I just see a bulto negro, a huge black shadow behind the truck. So as I'm looking at it, the rear end of the truck gets dropped on the caliche, on the loose dirt, or the caliche. And when it drops, I'll almost lose control because they dropped the rear end and got traction, 45, and I almost hit one of the poles. So I drive home and I'm freaking out. I didn't even stop at the cemetery. I drove home, parked the truck, and I'm like freaking out, what I witnessed. And I told my brother and my cousin, they're like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, hey, man, something lifted the back of the rear end of the truck and it dropped it, and it almost made me uh, crash. They're like, let's go check out the truck. So they go outside checking out the truck. Then they call me to go outside. I go outside and the tailgate of the truck is ripped and it's hanging. Like whatever lifted it, it ripped the tailgate, and the tailgate was just hanging. So then my cousin, he had been drinking, and it's like, Hey, cuz, take me to the coastal. I need to buy me a beer and some smokes. That's okay. It's like you need to get that out of your mind. It's probably nothing, it's just your imagination. Blah blah blah. So I take him to a park in the back of the coastal. There's a street, a park there. So I'll be parking over here, man, because our truck was is illegal as hell, you know. So I park in the back, and when I'm sitting there, there's a field back there. Out of the field, this big dark shadow figure starts coming, and it's moving fast. It's huge. And then I hear my cousin open the door. Hey, cuz, I said, get in, man, get in. So there's something coming down the street, and it's moving fast, you know. He gets in the truck and he looks at it, and it's like, oh shit, what is that? Big old tornado, real wide, took like half of the road. So we take a right and a quick left. You know, the road that goes behind, I guess where the Maverick used to be, and used to be a car wash. I'm driving, and the shadow figure is catching up on us. So I spin my truck. I do a donut, and I'm looking at it, and I'm pissed off, man. I said, I ain't going to run from this thing. It lifted the truck toward the tailgate. I'm going to face it. So I start playing. I'm like a bullfighter with my truck, man. I go at it and pass by it and go right around it. And my cousin's freaking out because he's seeing it by his window. Then I spin around again, and I'm playing like Toto with it, man. The dark shadow figures coming, and I go around it, and we just like that. And my cousin like, hell no, what are you doing? Stop, let's go, let's go. So, hell no, I'm not going to run away from this. So, man, I'm doing donuts and all kinds of things, and trying to hit it, but it's going right through it because it's like a shadow figure. Yeah, it's coming at me. I'm going at it with the truck, and then I said, okay, let's go home before the cops come. I'm making all those donuts, but in their road. So, man, we made it home, and but yeah, that's an incident that happened. It was coming at us. When I tried to hit it with a truck, it went right through it. But it had the ability to be able to lift the truck. It was huge. Yeah, there's a small cemetery. The one that runs that on the left side. There's a small cemetery there. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there's another one somewhere else. Who we got here? Andres. Yeah, my cousin Jesse. He jumps on here. He lives in Fort Worth, and we were talking about that the other day. When you done had enough of the superstitious, supernatural stuff, that you get tired. You're like you're like, fuck that. I'm not running away from this shit no more. I'm facing it. And that's what I did. You got to face your fears. So I ain't going to run away from it because when they manifest that way, it's to scare you for the fear factor, right? So once you become, you don't have fear, you don't got no power over you. And of course, when you have Jesus Christ with you, you tie binary wicked in Jesus Christ's name. Uh, but I just wanted to share those two stories, man. I have a lot more stories from Emeraldville, man. A lot of stories. My cousin was there, cousin Jesse. I don't know if he's here tonight. So okay, let's share. Let me share it. I'm gonna send the short reels that I've been debunking the video. Like I said, I was having technical difficulties. I was live here, but wasn't live on YouTube. I don't know what happened. Then I redid everything again. and it finally worked. So here we are at 1:16 in the morning. Yeah, brother. I had a lot of experience over there in Raymondville. Pretty hot and heavy when the ground has a lot of limestone, which we have. I think Raymondville is built on limestone. The foundation is limestone itself. Uh, you do get a lot of paranormal activity, a lot of fantasmas, and you name it. You're going to catch that kind of activity. That's right, brother. Double O. No fear, no matter what the manifestation it takes, no matter what voice is using. It could use the voice of your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, just to mess with you, right? Uh, doesn't matter. Can't be afraid. And of course, when you have Jesus Christ with you, you're gonna use Jesus Christ to overcome. You tie, bind, and rebuke it in the name of Jesus Christ, and that's how you get rid of those unclean spirits. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna share a video. What do you want to see first? A video, or you want to see some pictures of things that are captured out there from the video that I debunked? Let me see what I got here. Okay, I'm gonna show you. See what I got here. I'm gonna show the first video at regular speed, and it's pretty fast. Okay. How you doing, Sister Madeline Shap? How you doing today? Let me go find this footage. Get out of here. Get into this. Sorry about that, folks. Got a little bit of allergies. Yeah, Sister Madeline. Double O is from my hometown, Removille, Texas, home of the Bearcats. They have a undefeated record right now, Bearcats. Yeah, they won the Cotton Bowl. All right, let me share this video. It's a short reel. I'm gonna play it, and then I got a short a it's a short reel, but then I got a shorter reel at a lower speed. Here we go. Whoever's got the eyes to see, let me know what you see. So I can make it bigger for y'all. This is pretty fast, right? That's regular speed. Tell me what you see. You know, there's something definitely moving there, and it's moving at a high rate of speed. When you yes, trimmed up the goatee also. Okay, let me do something here. I'm gonna make it bigger. Say you seeing the show reel here. There's something there. Definitely something there in the show reel. Thank you, Sister Brenda and Sister Madeline. This is the show reel. Okay, I want you to pay attention. I'm gonna lower it. Okay, lower the speed. Yeah, here we go. Let me lower the speed on it. I'll take it frame by frame. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna take it frame by frame. See right here? That's eye shine. Check it out. There's eye shine right here, and something's moving there. You'll see in a moment. I'm gonna keep on going one frame at a time. Check this out. You'll see in a moment that it's something. Check it out. Here it is. Eye shine. There's a figure right there. So I got a slower version of this video. Let me back it up a little bit. It's got eye shine right here. There it is right there, the eye shine. But you seen it came over from here and it went down, 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 lower to the ground. Okay, let me go back some. So there it is right there. It's moving. I'm gonna play the other video. I'm gonna send it over right now. Okay. I'm sending the other video. Here we go. Let's play it at a slow motion. It's pretty tall, and then it goes down right here. There it is right here. It's literally looking. It's got like two eyes. But look how tall it is. It's pretty tall right there. That's pretty tall. Then he goes down. Like he's trying to duck behind the he's trying to duck behind the tree line so I won't be able to see it. So this is like a slow motion version of it. And it goes down and it looks, it's looking, and then it goes. Okay. Oh, let me see if I can make it bigger for y'all. No, that's as big as I'm going to be able to get it. Double O, I'm thinking that's pretty tall right there, man. I'll have to go measure that area, but you seen wait, let me make it bigger this way. It's tall. It's way taller than me, man. I think that is its normal height right there. Then it ducks down. It goes down. So it's trying to get me not to see it, but it's looking at me. It's got his eyes on me. That's the movement me and my brother were hearing. We're hearing all kinds of movement around us, like something running on twos. Look at that right there. And it was looking. Uh, Shapeshifter, Skinwalker. There is Central Texas used to be a lot of native land. You know, look at it. It's got eye shine, like white eyes, and they ain't no that ain't no freaking deer. It's a what we call in Spanish a botonero, dark shadow figure. Could be a possible shapeshifter skinwalker, DDN. But right there's his natural height. It's real tall, and then it ducks down, hides behind the branches. There you go. Let me look at the footage again over here, and even the little spot right there where he ducks down. Uh, I say probably like around. Ooh, even that spot where he ducks down, he's probably taller than me, man. I say like around like 13, at the beginning, like 13, 14 foot tall. That's how tall it is. Pretty tall. Put it on you. Put it on if y'all got a smart TV. Put it on your smart TV, and you're gonna be able to see it because you get a bigger screen, and you're gonna be able to see possibly what it might be, but that's no damn deer. When we talk about when people talk about the dog man or the Bigfoot, there's also other things out there. When we think about the Mothman in the Valle, I used to call them Votos Negros, dark shadow figures. You see, it's got eye shine and it's looking. It's looking there like sideways, and then it's looking, keeps on looking, and then boom, it takes off. Yeah, that's pretty massive, Sister Brenda. This is I worked. That's what I was working on. That's why I didn't start the live at 11. I was working on lowering down the speed so you could be able to see what's there because I seen it move real fast. This is a slower version of it. I gave it lowered the speed because you've seen how fast it moved, right? Pretty fast. That looks like literally like could be impossible like a blur. Look how big it is. Yeah, it's massive. it shows itself towards the end right there. You can see it right there, and then it just keeps on moving. But right here is standing. That's just, I believe that's its natural height. And then it goes down because it's hiding. You know, whatever it is, it can manipulate its size. I would say if it can get smaller, it can probably get bigger. But so let's go to the regular footage so you can see how fast it really moves. Here we go. Look at that speed. That is moving a hell of a fast, man. Look at that. Boom. It's mo- it's moving and ducking. You know, that's a freaking, when you talk about something that big, predator, predatory, or in the hunt. Look at that. Freaking look at its instincts, man. And I'm shining the light to catch it, and it's hiding very well. And it's like, sees me hitting him with the light, and he ducks. That's the regular speed, and this is the lowered version. How you doing, Sister Neva's Angel? This kind of activity, I used to see it all the time in Fort Hood. Um, when I was stationed in Fort Hood, I was a tanker, and I used to see the shadow figures out there, just like this, huge, man, like 15, 18 foot tall, moving around in the woods. But I believe they're shapeshifter skinwalkers, manifestations that they take. I'll stop sharing this for right now, and I can always come back to it. Y'all got any questions? How tall do you think it is, brother and sisters? Pretty tall, right? Let me share. I got another video, another short reel or something. All right, you're ready for the short reel, and I'll share some pictures too. There's another, not sure reel I got when I entered the path. There was, I was flashing the light, and I caught something, an image of something, two things looking at me, and I think those might be the things that was following us. I don't know. A lot of activity out there. My brother, he's doing better. He's working right now, but that night, man, he got zapped. He got zapped by something out there because he wasn't feeling well. Those are trees beyond the box. Those are trees. So let me share another video with y'all. Let me look for it. Do y'all want to hear? Let me share the video. What started all this was I placed a video on. Let's see. I'll share it like this again, where you could hear rattlers, it sounds like a rattlesnake, but yet then you hear "get out." So here we go. Let me share that footage with y'all. Just my phone is acting weird. I dropped my phone earlier and it's acting a little bit crazy. Are you ready for this one? I worked on the downloaded the video. I worked on it. It's about 5 seconds long. You could hear sounds like a rattler, like a rattlesnake, some kind of rattler goes like, and then you hear disembodied voices say, "Get out." What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run it the way it is naturally, and maybe I can try to slow it down so y'all can hear it better. That's what I'll do in a moment. So here we go. If you're ready for the next video, give me a thumbs up. While you give me a thumbs up, I'm gonna make that video a little bit longer too. Let's see. All right, here we go. If you have, like I said, a smart TV, listen to it on the smart TV. Raise up your volume. You're gonna be able to hear what they're saying. Here we go. Let me share it. Oh, wrong one. One was it's not giving me no sound. All right, let me download it off YouTube. I don't know why it didn't play the sound on it. What the hell is going on? Hmm. There's something ain't right, man. Can you hear me? Let me go to this. Log out of this thing here. Maybe it's the video was playing. Uh, Something is on here. Can y'all hear me now? If y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I don't know what's going on. It's been acting weird. Make sure my volume is on here. Can everybody hear me? Test one, test two. Okay. Let me see if I can play this footage from the video that I wanted to show y'all. All right, here we go. Share screen. Uh, I just don't know if it's even going to be able to work. Let me try to share the video. See if y'all can hear what it's saying. I seen something up there. I don't know. Here, let me share the video. See if y'all even can hear it. I'm not hearing the audio on this video, even though I'm playing it. I'm not hearing nothing. Uh, this is my short reel that's on YouTube. So I might have just dropped a link so y'all can listen to it off the link. I'm not hearing nothing here from this short reel. Yeah, it's not making no sound. If you put on your buds, you hear metal sound. And you hear, yeah, it says get out. You hear rattle sounds. It says get out. And you hear the rattle sound again, and then you hear get out, and it's disembodied voices. It's like 5 seconds long. Yeah, if you were to put it like in your smart TV, okay, yeah, just check it out on YouTube. I don't know, I'm not hearing nothing on my end from over here, so let me put this away. That's when I was doing the investigation. Me and my brother were out there. We heard the rattling sound behind him, so I flashed the light to the location, and I told him, "Do you hear that, brother? You know, something was behind you." And I'm shining the light to see if I see anything, but he had already did the something like a rattle, like a rattler, like and it said "get out" twice. Yeah, the video is on YouTube. So let me go to another video. Hopefully this one will work because I don't know what's going on. In my end, I cannot hear the video. I heard the video earlier, Oh, actually, I was just showing you footage. Let me see if I can play this other video. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna share some photos of something that I captured out there. Let me go to them. Okay, let me sign on to Facebook again. All right, let me share this video. Okay, here's at the entrance of the path right here. Let me see if you're able to see it. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. I think it's maximized right there. So that's me shining the light right there, right at the entrance. When I started going into the path, there's something there, but it's too small right there. So you can be able to see it. So I'm gonna go closer. There's something here in this vicinity right here. See the light, the edge of the light, right? But there's something here. So I'm gonna take a closer look. Oops, there we go. Let me see what y'all seeing over there. If it able to show. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Yeah, definitely something here. Possibly two of them are standing right here. You can see their eyes. Two things right there at the entrance of the path. Kind of looks like almost the same white eyes that was running in the woods, but they're right there on the edge. You know, I'm not talking about that it's something in the flesh. What I'm talking about, it's something that's in spirit. You know, this disembodied demonic Nephilim that I talk about, DDNs. It's two of them. Uh, there's one here, and then the eyes are right here. So there's like two entities there on the side of the path, which is this the big picture. They're like right here, but you know you're not going to be able to see a manifestation of the flesh, but it's a more of a manifestation of the of spirit. But they're there. Let me go back to y'all. Let me see if I can get a closer, make a closer picture of it. And let me see if I can make it brighter. Actually, okay. Let me see what this will do. Let me go to it again. Let me see if I can get a different filter that's going to make it look more brighter than that. Yeah, it's hard to get it brighter because it's dark. Okay. So I got other pictures of something else that appeared like, when we talk about spirit form, uh, like two entities. One looked like one of those. Another one looked like it was all red. We talk about red, red orbs is more like demonic in nature. So I'm going to share those images with you right now too. Okay, here we go. Let me share the other three images of something. Think about it as spirit, right? Disembodied, that it's got a manifestation of trying to look like something, but it's not fully in the flesh. But there's a manifestation of trying to look like something in front of you. That's what I'm going to share with you right now. So here we go. This is in the path. I'm out there and I'm shining the light, but there's something right here in front of me, right? And there's something else right here too. But check this out. I'm always looking at that there. There we go. I made it a little bit brighter. I was seeing a lot of red out there, uh, even without the light on. With the light off, I was seeing a lot of red beside me. But there you go. Two things here. When we talk about in spirit form, you can see facial feature of some sort here, like here, but then the whole thing here, like something there. And then this is the red one that I was spotting, like something red, and it's like right there in the path, like blocking the path. We was getting a lot of cool spots out there where we're walking that path. Make myself small here. I don't know. I'm not seeing no comments. If anybody's here, if y'all can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'm just showing you some of the things that I caught out there during the night live. See if I got anything else here to share with y'all. I think the red one is the one that zapped my brother. The red energy right there. Uh, the red energy. That is not good. When if you catch like red orbs or red energies, like it looks like a mass, that's not good. That's demonic in nature, brother. Sisters. I'm just letting you know. So you ever encounter something like that out there, type under in Jesus Christ's name. That's what it's trying to do is feed off your spiritual energy. He wasn't feeling too well. His investigation. Uh, but yeah, that one's got a form, looks like a face right there on the left. Uh, they're able to manifest into many things. This DDN. I suggest on the show reel when it's 5 seconds long, play it on your TV. Raise up the volume. You're gonna hear the rattle. You're gonna hear him say, "Leave now." It's gonna happen twice because they say it 2 times. Let's see what else I got here for y'all. I do get another video. I don't know what the hell it was that I captured. There's another video, another short reel I got. The glow that this thing had, it had like some kind of little glow to it. I don't know what it was. I did create a short reel for it. You know, for those that believe in fairies and pixies, I think I might have captured something. I don't think it's a bug uh, because he had like a glow to it, and when he's flying around and he stretches his body, it looks like the legs of a like a female, like a fairy or pixie. If y'all want to see that video, let me know. I'll share it with y'all. I'm just trying to figure out what it was that came to me because he came to me, he's flying around, and then takes it back off into the woods. Yeah, I saw from one investigation, double O, from the investigation that we just did 2 nights ago. Yeah, all that is from the same investigation. This, the everything that I'm sharing here with y'all tonight is from the same night investigation. I want to see it. I mean, maybe y'all can help me, man, because I looked at it and it had like a little split. I made a very short reel of it, and then it extends his body out. It looks like legs, and it's not moving like a bug. Y'all want to check it out? Let me get it for y'all. I'm gonna put both of the videos, the regular footage and a close up of it. I don't know, man. I'm show you the regular footage, and then I'm gonna show close ups of it. Yeah. At first, I thought maybe it's a bug, so I took a close look at it, and I was like, "What the hell? It looks like it's extending some legs out, like little legs." I said, "Man, that's not no freaking bug. That's not no." I don't know. It looked freaked out, so I'm gonna share it with y'all. Here we go. There's the original footage here, right? But you see that like a glow around it as it's going that way. There's a glow, and it's not the flashlight. It's a glow that it's got as it's moving. I don't know if y'all see that, but it's not my light. It's like a glow that bug is having, whatever it is. No, it's a bug, but let's take a. We're going to take a closer look in a moment. Right, here we go. Let's take a closer look at it. There's another video right there. Do you see that? The way they extend his body. Watch. go here, frame by frame. The body, extending it right there. Look at the body. It extends itself. It looks like legs and a body, and a head. Takes off. I might have a closer look at it. Let me see. Let me see this one. No, that's the regular footage. So here you go. We'll play that one. Y'all be the judge of it, man. I'm trying to figure out what the hell this is that's flying around. It's got a glow to it, and it literally has a glow to it. Yeah, yeah. It's got a little body of a. Looks like a female right there. When it extends his body out, you can see the legs. You can see like the got little breast or something. You can see his body. No, it's very small, Sister Stormy. It's not a bat. It's it's very small. Let me show you the regular footage of it. This is the regular footage. Look at the glow it's got. See all that? That to the sides, that little whatever that is has glow to it. Bats do not have glow. Look at the glow. Is that it's living like light. It's just moving. You can see all the light that's shining around it. See, that's not no bat. It's got a glow to it. So here's the close up of it. No, that's not it. I need to stop it right there to see. There you go. Let me go back up a little bit. It really extends his little body out and takes off. Maybe I can catch it there at the beginning when it enters. Right there, I swear, right there, it looks like he got wings, like a little fairy. Let me see if I can back it up some. Right there, the way it's got the little legs. I will have to, I'm going to work on the video to get a close look at it even more, lower down the speed a little bit more, see if I'm able to catch it. Like right there, it looks. I need to get a closer look at it. Just wanted to share it with you. All right. Yeah, the way it's stretched out looks like a little like a woman's body. Let me see if I can get it closer, man. Yeah, it's if I get too close, I'm gonna take away the picture. Let me see something here. Yeah, if I would have been shining the light a little bit more, man. I don't know, man. It's hard to figure out. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Andres. The way it's got a body, looks like a body of a little fairy. Let me show you the. Let me take a screenshot up of it. I took a picture of it when it leaves. All right. Do this one more time. I'm trying to get a closer look at with the photo without the movement. One more picture. Do a close up of it. Oh shit! Come on. Okay, I'll do it with that one. This what Andres is talking about. Let me share it real quick. All right. Here we go. That right there, look, looks like a head, the legs, the little body. This is when it flies out. See, like a little head right here. This will be the I guess the breast area. This is the legs. This when it flies out of it flies out of the screen. I just wanted to share with y'all, man, that I've seen bugs, but the way it was moving kind of strange. And then when it shows it, it's like it looks like it's like a little energy source because, and then it extends itself like a little fairy. Uh, I think there's pixies in the area and fairies. I think this is possibly be a fairy, and it was I guess looking out for us to make sure we made it out of the wood safely and stuff. So that's what it looks like to me. How do I know? Because I got a picture of a fairy, and I'm going to share it with you right now. Okay, just imagine how she looks. Okay, and I'm going to share the footage with y'all. Just remember this right here. How she looks. Because I got a picture of one that looks kind of like this. So I'm going to share it with y'all. Let me go to it. Let me see if I can find her. It's always hard to find. But this one that I captured her during the day. Let me find her. Here she is, right here. Let me share it with y'all. what I said, the way it was moving and the size. That's a picture I captured in Oak Estates. Seems to be a little fairy sitting in a twig on the ground. So that is actually grass. Getting bigger, getting a little bit of bigger. Yes, it is. My bad. I had the fairy music on. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, this is a fairy that I caught in Elk Grove. She's very small. There's a grain of grass. There's a twig, and that's the bottom dirt that you see. It's actually right by the side of the creek bed. I hope y'all can hear me. I was just showing you the comparison. I believe she's sitting on like a little twig that's on the ground, and the way I captured this picture is that I heard something low pitched sound, and my ears were ringing because when you get like jet lag that your ears start hurting, or my ears were hurting something by a low pitched noise. So I started following the low pitched noise, which it took me out of the woods that I was in, and there was an open space, and I could hear the little voice a little bit louder, like he was singing. So when I got to the edge of the creek, I could still hear the noise, and I snapped a picture of where I heard the little sound coming from. And this is the image that I captured. Follow my spiritual instincts, and I captured this image. So that's what I was saying. If you look at the legs and the body and the little head, it reminds me of that other picture that I just shared with y'all because it's tiny. But there you go. Thank you for those that are tuning in late. I mean, normally Saturdays I don't do live, but I decided to do one just to debunk the video, and I still have to go through the sound. I haven't debunked all the sound all the way through the video yet, so that probably would be another thing. I think there was a lot of disembodied voices. Again, a lot of movement all around us. I was gonna go back today, but I said, nah, I'll just wait. Because it was that hot and heavy. You don't want to get no negative attachments on you. So let's go to the. Let's see. Let's go to the. Where's the little big? There she is. Little body extended out, the legs. Little. There's the head. All right. What do we got here? What we started with. Look how fast it's moving, man. Look at the speed. This is 1 second. It's 1 second. This video, I think 1 second long. All right, let me see. I'll tell you how long it is. This is a video that got Sister Madeline dizzy. Then, of course, got the slower version right here of it. There it is, looking. Just sharing some of the stuff that we share that I share here tonight. So what else we shared was this thing here on the side. Boom. Oops. Boom. There it is, right there. And then we shared this and the one with something, some red energy right here, and something here blocking the path. Then those, like I said, I think this what's that? My brother's energy. But anyways, okay. Yeah, you seen how fast it was moving. It's freaking moving at a high rate of speed. You know, that was the actual how fast it was moving. Imagine something that tall moving that fast. We'll play it one more time. How about if I do a close up of it that fast? Let me see. No, but it'll take away from the picture if I do it any closer. Share it one more time. Something that big moving at a high rate speed of that's crazy, man. Is this it right here? Look at that sucker. Ducks down right there. Let me back it up back some so you can see its natural height. There it is right there. right there, going backwards. Yeah, pretty tall. Yeah, sucker. Like it was messing with us, and it was going for the, trying to come in for the flanking us. It was flanking us from the left side of the path. And I know it wasn't by itself. I know there was more than one. All right. You're 6 foot tall, brother. Yeah, man. That's freaking fast as hell. Thank you. I try, man. I don't like getting my energy zapped by this DDN. Disembodied demonic Nephilim. Those are the spirits. I got a picture from a Rainbowville double O. I can share that with you too. Of my house where there's a big dark shadow figure. I captured it through the satellite. I would always remember seeing this big dark shadow figure in the chicken coop. My grandfather got attacked when I was like around 4 years old inside the chicken coop by this, I guess we could say, demonic entity. Let me find them and I'll share it with you. All right, I found it. This is from Raymondville, Texas. This is where I used to live, and this came out on the satellite. You know how the satellite takes pictures of the houses and the streets. Here we go. Let me share it with you. Uh, all right. This is where I used to live in Raymondville, Texas. 930 West Main. We used to have a chicken coop back here, around right here. And I witnessed my grandfather get attacked by a tall shadow figure. As you can see, there's something back here. It's standing, but it's in spirit form, in shadow. I believe that's the thing that attacked my grandfather when my grandfather was already up there in age. I think he was like 80, or maybe like in the 70s is when he got attacked in the chicken coop. We were getting the eggs from the chicken coop, and my grandfather, we used to have a blackberry tree around this area right here because we lived here, and our grandfather and grandmother lived in the same. It's a four lot. They lived next to us. So I went into the chicken coop, and then I heard him screaming. I didn't know what was going on. I picked up a little stick, and I said, I'm going to go share the possum away because he's saying there was a possum in there. I went into the chicken coop, and what I witnessed was my grandfather elevated up in the air, and scratches were coming. There was scratches of three appearing on his body out of nowhere. I mean, deep cuts. He was bleeding all over the place. All his clothes had gotten ripped off of him. Then, as I was looking, I was able to see this dark shadow figure inside the chicken coop. He had red eyes. It looked at me, and he lunged at me. You know how smoke looks? Well, imagine smoke or a spirit that's midnight dark that's coming at you in spirit form, but it looks like smoke, but it's coming at you. It lunged at me, and it was coming at me in the form of smoke, or should I say, disembodied in spirit. But I could feel the heavenly angels around me. So instead of coming towards me, it went out the window. It broke and made a little hole, and all the dark, unclean spirit went out the window. Uh, my grandfather had to get stitches. They took him to the emergency room because he was all cut up, man. So let's take a closer look at that. I'm more sure if it's there, it's got to be there in the back. In the back, it's that's in the alley. The callejon is right here. The alley. This is a fence, and this is the alley. So if you go to 930 West Main to where this pole is, try to figure what this is because I don't know. All I know is there's something there. There's a close up of it. There we go. Pretty tall. Pretty tall MFer. Real tall. Now this one is way taller than the one that's out here. That's way taller. So I'm gonna go to y'all. We got Robert Maronite. That's right, brother. Double. It happened. I know that y'all used to have some activity over there at the junkyard too, man. That was, I guess there was a lot of spirits because there was a lot of old vehicles there. But to my understanding, there was activity there at the junkyard because some of the cars that were there were from accidents where people died. So that's only one right there, right? I got a picture where I got ambushed and there was a bunch of them around me, but they look different. But they were there. You know how I told you they look like smoke? Let me show the picture. Let me find the picture and I'll share it with y'all. When I tell you that they look like smoke, y'all don't get scared with this one, all right? Let me share it with y'all. Let's share it. Y'all ready for the next one? You want me to show the picture that I say that they look like smoke? They're in disembodied form, which is a spirit, but it's unclean spirit, which is dark in nature. That's gonna resemble smoke. It might resemble a remolino, like a, but it's imagine a remolino or how a tornado looks, where it's gonna hit right the tail of the tornado. Well, check it out. Check this photo. You gotta tell me what you think about it. Check out that photo, yo. Let me see if I can maximize it. No, it's maximized already. Check out that photo. I got ambushed by all those unclean spirits that try to take me out when I lived in Killeen, Texas. That's a road right there. Um, you can see the gate right here, the fence. Down over here in the forward will be like a location near the old airport. But this is a road here. They ambushed me in the middle of the road. That's what I witnessed. This like the when it flew and tried to come towards me. It flew like this kind of smoke or spirit, right? So there's many in this photo. I got dropped to one knee. It felt like both of my hands were being a hold back, and I said, "God help me." When I said, "God help me," I feel like I was being weighted down by a lot of weight. I said, "God help me," and He helped me, and they left. But they drained my energy, in which I was asleep all day and woke up very weak. This is what you call a spiritual ambush right here, brothers and sisters. You know how in Spanish we call it the clica or the click? Well, there are many here. All right. And that's just in front of me because there was some holding my hands back. They literally had me from the shoulders and they were holding my hands back. I was down to one knee. That was just in front of me, so I'm more sure they were to the sides of me and behind me. But when I said, God help me, He did. They left when I said, God help me. And I cried for help, said, God help me. Those entities left. Oh, yeah, there's several. No, the djinn, this is an example of how the djinn would look. Because the djinn out there in the Muslim or Saudi Arabia and all those locations, that's how the djinn looks, like that. See how the tails look? Like it's like a tornado that's going to touch the ground, but they're all freaking unclean spirits. That's why I call them the DDN, the disembodied demonic Nephilim, where their body got destroyed by the great flood, but then since they were part demonic, then they remain in spirit to roam the earth to try to find a vessel, a body. But they got destroyed physically, but then they remain spiritually as in disembodied demonic Nephilim. Oh yeah, I think I have one more. I try to put another picture with this just to see if I could get anything more out of it. So I created this one just to see how it would look. Right. This one looks like it's got a face right here. It's like a face here, face here, face. Face. All right. Nephilim. Nephilim. Yeah, they came after me big time, man, in Elms Grove. But I fought spiritually against them. And here I am. Survived the onslaught. I survived it through Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go. I just wanted to share with you. Oh, I don't know if Bearcats is still here or not. But yeah, I just wanted to share that, brother and sisters. We're at the 2 hour marker. I just want to say thank you. Any questions for me? Anybody got any questions that I could? If you got any questions for me of the footage that I showed, uh, talk to me. I can answer them. Well, yeah, sister. I think there's a verse in the Bible that it talks about like a portal in the heavens that this dark energies come from, like a portal or a. It's in the Bible somewhere in the Bible. I need to find it where they say that this dark energies. Oh, they come from the void. That's what they. It was a void. Let me see if I can find it. It's okay. This is what it talks about a void. It's formless. It's formless, empty, chaotic before God's creation began. The void is also used metaphorically in the other Bible passages, such as in Jeremiah, to describe the land devastated by judgment or a state of spiritual emptiness. Some interpretations also discuss a spiritual or existential void in the human heart that is filled by God or through faith in Jesus Christ. I think the oceans used to be that way, uh, like a void at one point in time. Yeah, but there is a part in the Bible where it talks about something in the sky that is I can't remember what they call them. I don't know if they call them the dark ones or that they ascend through the void and they come down. That they're, I guess you could say, pure evil, but they come from a certain void in the heavens. I just can't remember where is it that I've seen it at in the Bible. To this day, man, ever since they ambushed me, I still have problems with my neck because while my hands were being held behind me, my head was being pressed down towards my chest, and like they were trying to freaking crush me. Look, my hairs are standing up. They were trying to crush me, like crush me. And I said, God help me. When I said God help me, they fled, and I had enough energy to walk back home, but I was all disorientated, very weak. I had to cut through some mobile homes, and I made it to my house. I just thank uh, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, that He gave me the strength and protected me to make it home safely. Those beings right there, I've seen them out there in Operation Desert Storm. Those beings there, I've seen them on Fort Hood. As you seen, I showed you the photo. I've seen them in the Rio Grande Valley. The unseen spiritual war is very real, brothers and sisters. These things are amongst us. That's why it's important to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, because He will guide you. He'll bless you with the spiritual gift of discernment. You're going to attend your Heavenly Love Foundation. Place Jesus Christ first. Forgive. If you have any unforgiveness, forgive, because unforgiveness is a spiritual opening. If you have hatred, anger, vengeance, that's a spiritual opening. You have fear, it's a spiritual opening. You have belief in other things, that could be a spiritual opening. I just show you these things so you can understand that there is a spiritual war here on this earth. There you go. And ever saying just unclean spirits that wander and seek rest in waterly places. That's right. Yeah, like the abyss. I used to see them all the time. When me and my brother, we would witness them when we were kids. There was one that would chase us. I think my brother described it pretty good how it looked. You say looked like a goat with red eyes or something like that. I just seen it as a shadow figure with red eyes, and it'd be running pretty fast behind us. And we'll be going to the store at nighttime because we'll be fighting. And we'll go to the little store called the Quick Mart. Man, the little shadow figure or whatever it was, demon pan, it would chase us. Then we'll be looking. Sometimes instead of going down the road, we'll take the long road and go all the way around to make it closer to our house instead of going through the darkness, because we'll be trying to get home and it'll come out from the darkness and come after us. And we'll be on the bike. You'll be pedaling on it. We had the banana seat bikes back in the day, and it would chase us all the way to the house. My brother would drop the bike. He's like, "Get ready to jump! Get ready to jump!" and he would jump, and I fall with a bike, tumble and roll and stuff, and I go run inside the house, but I'm all cut up. Yeah, I have a lot of picture brothers sisters. Sometimes you have to make your own path, brothers and sisters. Can't follow suit of those before you. You gotta make your own path in life. You have to venture out, just like I did. The only way that I could see me growing in any kind of way, shape, or form is to leave my hometown, which I did. I lived, I lived to Plano, Texas, and then from Plano, that's when I joined the military up in Plano, Texas. No, I really didn't have nothing. I had to make my own path in life. You know, just where there's a lot of corruption, man. It's hardly any jobs. You have to venture out. That's why I joined the United States Army, and I ventured out, and that's the best thing I could do that I did. And it just didn't change my life. It changed the life of my brothers and sisters for the better. Sometimes somebody got to do a sacrifice, and the sacrifice is not following what you want out of life, but sacrificing certain things in order for everybody else to flourish, right? In your family. That's exactly what I did. And I don't regret it one bit. And if I had to do it again, what I did, I would do it again. You say you never seen him with red eyes? Yeah. Yeah. Jack was laughing because we was always be fighting, me and my brother. And they'll send us to the store. So you won't be fighting. They said, you don't want to listen? Let's go to the store. Go get me a gum for 5 cents. And the freaking shadow figure would chase us out of the yard. My mom would say, don't be arguing. So la cosa mala se va a arrimar. She said, the evil one's going to come if you keep on fighting. She wasn't lying. Well, it's different now than when I was in. They probably pay a lot more now than when I was in. There is benefits, like if you're married, you know, they take you just don't take care of you. Uh, they get free medical. Your family will get free medical, free dental. Uh, they get, I think it's called BAQ. They give you extra money. So yeah, it's a place where there's different jobs, right? You don't have to be a tanker or infantry. If you get a good score when you're ASVAB, I believe that's what it was called back in the day. I don't know if it's called something else now. If you can get a good score, that means you can get a good job, right? The better you can study the test. So the better the score, the better the job. Which if it's better the job, you can wind up being something else. You can be that is not that life threatening. For example, you could be a medic. Whereas there are some medics that are combat medics. You can become a somebody who works in the office. helping out the soldiers uh, with things financially. You could be a paralegal uh, and several other jobs. Me, I just when I took that test, I had a hangover. I just put whatever in the thing, and I still passed it, but I had a hangover from hell. I took a test on a Saturday, and they're like, "Well, but the only job you can qualify for is a cook." And I was like, "I don't want to be no cook." I said, "Well, no, or they said infantry or cook." Like I had a hangover, and I said, "Well, what other?" I said, "Well, I like the commercial on TV where the tank flies in the air." Oh, no problem. We'll get you right in there. I said, "Okay." That's what I did. A tanker. That's how I went up as a tanker. Like, I didn't even try on that test. So, yeah, there's different thought. A job is not depends. Study. I would advise if you want to join, study. Before you take the test, you get a good score. That means a better job. That you necessarily don't have to be out there like a tanker or infantry, fuel artillery. You could do something completely different. You have to study. Yes, sir. I was. I was in the Battle of Medina Ridge. It was the biggest tank battle out there. Some people say, "I'm not afraid of war. I'll pull the heart out of the enemy and eat the heart." Blah blah blah. I knew this guy that would say that all the time till he went up going to war, and he wasn't singing the same tune. Matter of fact, he kind of lost it. You know. Yeah, man. It's one thing. You know, the job serving the United States Army, especially in the front lines, it's a matter of life or death. Anything can happen. People die during training exercises just by training. So you have to be alert at all times, right? Like I said, it depends on the MOS that you choose. Can you explain how it was? Yeah, I'm fixing to call it a night in the moment. Well, being in the army, how it was, you make friends being in the army. There's the people that are in your MOS become your friends, and I still have friends that I visited in Seattle in July. My friend from my first uh, duty station, he got married. I want to go to his wedding. We got plans of taking a vacation. It's two good friends of mine. They were they went out there and served with me in Operation Desert Storm. Uh, they were my best friends that had my back out there. Okay, Sister Beyond the Box. In the battle, there's footage of the battle, man. You check it out. YouTube it. YouTube the Battle Medina Ridge. Uh, a lot of how should I say? I was in the front line, so there's a lot of enemy that we had to go through. We destroyed Hussein's elite army, which was the Medina Republican Guard. It was his elite army, the best of the best that he had. We destroyed them real fast, and we destroyed two other of his guards that were back behind the Medina Republican Guard. So we went through like three or four of their lines, or front line. Yeah, there was a lot of casualties. Just put it that way. How you doing, cousin? Yo, primo. Yeah, I've shared some stories about the war and stuff. Just put it this way: our tanks could shoot 3,000 meters. 3,000 meters is quite a distance. We could hit them from 3,000 meters away. Didn't matter if they were up on the ground, they were dug in the ground, or tanks, or that accurate. We have laser technology that we can laser and blaze. Uh, and it was a tank battle out there, tank to tank. So yeah, there was a lot of casualties. Our orders was no prisoners, which meant shoot to kill. So yeah, there was a lot of casualties out there. Our mission was to liberate Kuwait, which we did. Uh, there was um, we ran into a location where the Medina Republican Guard had killed women and children, and they just left the bodies on top of the sand. Man, a lot of the tankers seen that, and it lit up a fire in us, man, because there's tankers that have families. Me, I'm a family man. I love my brother and sisters, and I said, you know what? Screw this. So that's gonna be the last woman and children that they're gonna hurt or kill. Well, all I'm gonna say is that they raped and sodomized, whatever you want to call it, these women and children. So that they lit up a fire in us that when we went to go fight them, there was going to be no mercy. And they're supposed to be the best of the best that Saddam Hussein had. Nobody used his elite army, and we destroyed them real fast. So yeah, I remember the images of women and children. This what the media doesn't talk about. They always want to talk about, they were fighting for oil. Bullshit. It wasn't about no oil. Uh, what we fought for was to liberate Kuwait because, people complain about the borders. and all this stuff. We got to keep our border secured because if not, the enemy is going to come through the borders into our country, infiltrate, and can possibly take over the country or cause a lot of chaos and havoc. That's why it's important to secure the borders, to have a people patrolling the borders, right? I'm not talking about border patrol, man. I'm talking about military because the enemy can come through anywhere within the borders. Uh, just like we were out there, they got infiltrated because they wasn't guarding the borders. That's how they entered and they destroyed all kinds of things over there. Like I said, killed women and children. Saddam Hussein was an evil bastard, man. He was a very evil bastard. Uh, he would drop chemicals on in his own villages and towns where he lived, and it would kill people with his chemicals. So he had how should Geneva Conventions. So that's why they hung him, right? So because he went against the Geneva Conventions, and they find him guilty. And you remember how they killed him? They hung him. He was a very evil person, man. He would kill people in power that have families, behead them. Just an evil person. Yeah. I was running over people with my tank, 65 tons, where people were coming out of foxholes from underneath the ground, out of the sand like snakes. And as soon as it will pop up, I'm driving my tank. The pop in front of my tank. I'm not going to slow down for them. Ran them right over. It was this dude that popped in front of my tank, got hit in the chest, and he got broken in half. That's 65 tons. You know how we people tackle like in football, or if a car hits you, imagine 65 tons hitting you like at 10 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour. Because people, they had a lot of underground bunkers. So I was seeing them coming out of under the bunkers. I had to protect my crew. So I was running over the bunkers that were coming from, and they were getting squashed by the tank. Just going, I was zigzagging, man, just running over the bunkers. Boom, boom, boom. They were all over as we got close into the battlefield to where the enemy was. You know, everything they tried to do didn't work. There was one guy that I think he was possessed. That we got, we were there where all the burning tanks were, and we had already run over the people coming out of the ground with the tank, and there was this person come out of a hole, and he jumped like 10 feet in the air, man, and landed on top of my front slope. He looked at me, his eyes were yellow, and he was laughing, and I recognized those yellow eyes because I felt that he was possessed with the spirit of the jinn, right, in which he had super, superhuman strength because of the he was possessed. He had a AK-47, right, and this we're in combat. There's still people coming out of the ground, and he gets the AK-47 and he points towards my loader and my TC because there's a lot of smoke. There's burning tanks. There's smoke everywhere. So as he's pointing at him with the AK-47 and fixing to shoot him, I had my 9 mil pulled that out, opened up the hatch, and I went, "Hey!" I was already pointing. When he looked down, one shot, one kill, man, right in la frente, in the chompa, right here. His body fell over. When I was doing that, bullets were flying all everywhere because they were shooting the people that were on the ground. They were shooting at me. There's bullets ricocheting from the hole to the turret. They're bouncing everywhere. That I was seeing the sparks flying everywhere. Thank God that not a single bullet even grazed me. I closed the hatch and kept on going forward. Yeah, war is hell, man. But when you place Jesus Christ first, you pray for Him to protect you during combat, and you pray to Him, He will protect you. I'm living proof of that. Normally, when the first people that die in a combat environment are the people in the front line. Those are the first ones to go. Where our front line went through three different armies, or three or four of the guards, that nobody behind us had to fight. So God was with us. Let me look at the comments here. Yeah, they invaded there, and the government called for help because they were part of the coalition of the UN. Right, we were at the UN at that time, so they were our allies. So we want to go help them. Of course, people that are in politics, people that I think, because the president that we had at the time was the senior Bush, which he was, you know, Republican. Of course, you're going to get people that are going to get mad that are Democrats, just like the bullshit that we have right now in politics, right? I've served under Bush, and I served under Mr. Saxophone himself, Bill Clinton. I didn't like the guy, man, but he's still the chin of the command, right? Wherever the president is, you still gotta, as a soldier, they're still your leader. So you have to follow orders, right? So that's my answer to whoever is here. That we have to, excuse my French, if a motherfucking president wants to put lights of rainbow colors on the White House, and you're in the military, then you're stuck with that shit. Well, I'm glad I was in that military. I didn't like the all the uniforms I've had, the different colors. I don't like. I only like the one that I remember, the green with a brown camouflage one when I was in. I don't like the boots that they have right now. So it's a whole different new military. You got motherfuckers. Excuse my French. Sorry about the cussing. People that don't know their left and their right. You know, when when you make wrongs into right, that's going against God. You're not supposed to change things in the Bible. You ain't supposed to take away from the Bible. And you can add to the Bible. Or the idiots in power, that's what they've done. So there's a lot of people that are confused. The school systems are infiltrated, of course, social media, the news, uh, all this other bullshit, Hollywood, they're all corrupt, man. And I'm talking about as in corrupt as in evil people. That's why they try to, they've taken God out of the equation, right, in schools. I remember saying the Our Father being in school. Then they took in, they want to take Jesus Christ out of the equation. They don't want people to know that to pray to him. But they want to get all these people, all the children confused, talking about you can be whatever you want to be. You want to be a little boy, a little girl, go ahead. You want to be a sheep, you want to be a donkey, a horse. That's what you want to identify yourself as. Go ahead. That's pure evil, man. It's pure evil. And it's like marinating a piece of meat and just leaving it out there for the prey to come and eat it. That is what our government, the people in power within the government, within the school systems, they have been corrupting our children. That's why there's a lot of suicides. They're confused and they have spiritual openings in which they get spiritually attacked. Some are not here. They take the easy way out because they don't know Jesus Christ. They don't have a relationship with him. So they're very confused. And, prayers to those that have taken their lives. It's not their fault. That's what they were taught by a corrupt system. Sorry, brother, sisters, I just speak the truth about this. That's why I really don't talk about politics, man, because it's corrupt all the way around, man. Doesn't matter. The question is that I will have to any politician or any president. Doesn't matter if they're Democrat, doesn't matter Republican. Is when are you going to correct the wrongs and make them right? That's the question I would have for them. In which, if I was president, I would target every group that's anti-American, every group that's anti-America. I would target every group that is misleading children. I would target the rainbow community. I would target the gender community, abortion clinics, corrupt politicians. I would target people in cults. Doesn't matter if they're Masons. Doesn't matter if they're Illuminati. I would clean house. That's what I would do. Clean house with all these people and try to make the United States of America Jesus Christ country, because that's what it's going to take to overcome the unseen spiritual warfare. Everybody needs to know Jesus Christ as the Lord and Savior. That's the only way we're going to be able to survive. Everybody else that is going against, you could say they already set up for failure. And it's been happening. These people are demented. sick in the head. I think back in the 60s and 70s, they used to have sanitariums where this kind of people will be. Maybe they need to start opening them again and lock them up, or have a little special island for them and drop them off on the island. Yeah, we got to protect our children, brothers and sisters. Don't let nobody corrupt your children. That's what you're here for. Guide them the right direction. Okay, let me catch up to the comments. I think I went back some here. Let me correct that here. So yeah, I know. Some of this, they're probably like, there's this guy, Abe Sias, spiritual encrypted encounters. We need to unite and come up against them spiritually. We need to get everybody. We need to get the satanic people. We need to get all cults to go against this guy. Get the brujas and brujos to go up against them. Well, the only thing I have to say to them is good luck, because Jesus Christ is with me. He's my Lord and Savior, my protector and avenger. I've been in the front lines, not just survived a war, but I survived the degen also, because I seen the degen out there, what he was doing. Going, I showed you the smoke, how it looks. I seen it going into the enemy. They have white flags giving up. All the smoke was rising. I will see some smoke that was just in the air, and I'm looking because I'm a driver. I was a driver. I was like, how come that smoke ain't rising? Then the smoke went across the battlefield, and there was a soldier that had a white flag that was given up from the enemy. The degen entered him. He dropped the white flag, got up, picked up his weapon. He got killed. Then the degen jumped out of that individual, started going from person to person. Everybody that had a white flag. I think it was like 10 people that got killed because of the djinn was entering, possessing their body, making them raise up a weapon. The djinn was out there collecting souls, right? I faced that out there. I prayed for all my brothers and sisters. I prayed for everybody that was fighting. I prayed against the djinn. So I fought the enemy and the djinn in the front lines. I prayed for all my when I was in the battle. I was praying for because of what I was witnessing. I was praying for all the soldiers to be protected by the Heavenly Father against the djinn. That's why I'm not worried about none of these people, man, because Jesus Christ is with me. Just like you shouldn't be worried about people like that either. Don't give them the power. So long you play Jesus Christ first, have your relationship with him, you acknowledge him, you open your doors, which is your doors and windows, your heart, your senses, allow him in. He will bless you. Forgiveness is a part of love. He will bless you with the spiritual gifts of discernment. That's why I'm not worried about evil people or people that are in cults or none of that kind of stuff, because Jesus Christ is with me. If he's with me, who can be against me? I prayed before went into combat the night before. Front lines, through the guidance of the Heavenly Father, we went through all their armies, through all the front lines, to all the waves, and we survived. Said people in the front lines were the first ones to die in a combat environment, but we survived. Prayer is awesome, brothers and sisters. I just gave you a little bit story. Maybe one day I'll talk more in depth about the military, what I've witnessed and stuff like that. Yeah, it's always been that way, Sister Cynthia. The reason children get targeted because the unseen forces want to plant negative seeds to corrupt God's children because we're all God's children. We were all children at one point in time. So they can plant a negative seed to corrupt the vessel, then the unseen forces can find it open to try to bond the individual, keep them from knowing the Heavenly Father, keep them from knowing what their true nature is, what their spiritual gifts, their abilities are spiritually. We all have the opportunity to make it into the kingdom of heaven, every single one of us. Don't be deceived, brothers and sisters. We're all children of God. Doesn't matter what side of the balance you are, we are all children of God. And God is a forgiving God. You can repent for your sins, He will forgive you. And then He will bless you. He's blessed me, and He continues to bless me. I'm not getting any younger, but here I am at late hour in the night talking to y'all. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I don't want to keep y'all any longer. Join us tomorrow, later on tonight. I'll probably do another live. See what we talk about. Maybe y'all can drop a topic. Send me a message what y'all want to talk about. And we can talk about it. So I want to say thank you for everybody that tuned in here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Remember, you're not weak. I'm telling you that right now. We're all equal. Nobody's greater than nobody. We're all children of the light. That's where we come from. Every single one of us. And that's our birthright to make it back into the kingdom of heaven. So I say to you, never give up. God is with us. He will guide us, protect us. And most important, to have a relationship with Him. Now, how do you expect you to bless you or heal you if you don't have a relationship with Him? To help you out of situations, number one, is to have the relationship with Him. And the other important one is to always maintain a heavenly love foundation. That's the key. When I go and do investigations, that's why I capture a lot of things that I capture, because they have to identify themselves to us through spiritual law. Because we're children of the light, brothers and sisters. In saying that, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Tune in later on tonight. We'll do another live. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for everybody to tune in late. God bless every single one of y'all. Let's do a little prayer before we go. Heavenly Father, at this time I'd like to pray for all my brothers and sisters that tune in here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, for you to guide them, heal them, bless them, to place heavenly spiritual crosses on all of us from head to toe, to place heavenly spiritual crosses on our doorways and our windows of our vessel, of our homes. If there's any unclean spirits or negative attachments, generational curses, we take authority over you in Jesus Christ's name. We tie, bind, and rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ. You're not allowed to affect us any kind of way, shape, or form. Leave our foundations at this time. You're not welcome. We could call also about we'll also call upon the heavenly angels, and the Holy Spirit to do a clean sweep of our vessel and our homes, to get rid of any negative attachments or unclean spirits. This we pray in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. You're welcome, Sister Madeline. Thank you, uh, Brother Mr. Bearcat Double O. Thanks for tuning in, brother. And if anybody ever needs any spiritual help, man, you're more than welcome to contact me through Messenger. This is the works that I do. I've been doing it all my life since I was around 3 years old. And we get a little bit more depth of the works that I would do. But the spiritual warfare is very real. We have to maintain our heavenly love foundation and place Jesus Christ first, because He's the one that's going to help us to overcome any trials and tribulations that come our way. In saying that, this is Brother Abe Cias signing off for Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Sergeant Cias signing off for Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Everybody have a blessed day. Peace out, everybody.